Hey guys, I've got something really exciting here today. We have a Mercedes-Benz S580. Now, in my opinion, the S-Class is the pinnacle of automotive engineering. Why? Because it has all of the latest features and all of the really crazy technology that is too expensive to put in any other car. So let's get to it. What are the features? What are the technologies? How do they work? How does it drive? What do I think about it? Let's go. The S-Class has always been a platform on which Mercedes-Benz made their latest innovations. And over the years, the S-Class has been responsible for many of the technologies that we come to expect in cars today. Going back to the 50s, the S-Class was the first car with fuel injection. In the 60s, Mercedes pioneered disc brakes. In the 70s, anti-lock braking, which is now a standard safety feature in all cars. In the 80s, they introduced airbags as well as seatbelt pretensioners. And in the 90s, the S-Class had the first radar cruise controls. The S-Class has always pushed the automotive technology envelope, and this latest W223 is no different. If you ask me, the notable features, which I think in the future we will look back at these similarly to the way that we look at ABS today, anti-lock braking, something that is critical for all cars to have. In my opinion, the most significant features that this car brings are their e-active body control suspension. Also, this car has pioneered a next level four-wheel steering system with up to 10 degrees of steering at the rear axle. Finally, this one I think is a little more gimmicky at this point, but it is still very impressive. The augmented reality heads-up display. Mercedes heads-up display really takes it to the next level. Unlike most heads-up displays, which while they do display information in your field of vision while driving the car, Mercedes system actually uses the forward-facing cameras of the car as well as tracking your eyes to determine what you are actually looking at, and then provide relevant information, most notably turn-by-turn directions, directly overlaid onto the road as you're seeing it. To understand why Mercedes 10-degree rear-wheel steering is so significant, you have to look at what all of the other systems are doing. So right now, a competitive rear-wheel steering system would typically offer no more than 2 or 3 degrees of rear steering angle, and 2 operational modes, which are at low speeds, the rear wheels would turn in the opposite direction from the front wheels, which helps with the maneuverability, and at high speeds, turning in the same direction, which helps with stability. Now, how Mercedes takes that to the next level with 10-degree rear wheel steering is significantly improves mobility in low-speed driving, especially parking. The automated parking system can fully take advantage of the rear wheel steering capability. So maneuvers like crab walking are possible with this car, which you can't traditionally do with a rear wheel steering system. The automated parking system takes full advantage of the rear steer capability, turning the rear wheels in both directions as necessary to get the car in and out of the tightest spaces possible. Now, the e-active body control suspension in this S-Class sets it in a league completely of its own. This technology is really the only truly active suspension on the market. And what that means is this system is capable of applying a force at any wheel, regardless of any bump that it may or may not be experiencing. What makes this completely different from other so-called adaptive suspensions is that those suspensions from competitors, they may have a camera system which allows it to see bumps in the road, and they can preemptively soften the suspension. But what they cannot do is apply a force at the wheel to figuratively hop over a bump. And the end result is a system that is so much more capable at smoothing out the road. The way it works is we have 4 hydraulic pumps which are driven off of the 48-volt electrical system on this car. They act quickly to bring the car up and down, reducing or increasing the load on any particular wheel, allowing you to experience less bumpiness and harshness through the ride. Another very trick feature of this suspension system is that it can actively apply a force to level the car in cornering, and they have a special drive mode which takes advantage of that fully, called curve mode, which when you're driving and go around a corner, it will actually raise the left or right side of the car accordingly so that the force of the curve is felt less by the passengers inside the car. Now, what does this result in? It's very simple. This is the best riding car I've ever driven by a long way, and the e-active body control system plays a major part in that. There's definitely times where it's not able to recognize like a crest or a bump, and it doesn't react properly to it, but for the most part, larger bumps, even speed bumps, it's able to recognize them and almost hop over them. So it really delivers an exceptional experience for the driver as well as the passengers. The number one focus of the S-Class is comfort, and the driver's seat is no exception. With 19 motors to control all of the adjustable functions in the seat, anybody will be able to set it up in a way that's comfortable for them. I find the seats to be very supportive, yet also plush, and they have a very cool system for adjusting the lumbar support. This kind allows a lot more granularity than you would typically get in the seat adjustment. The S-Class has no shortage of impressive features, and the powertrain is no exception. This S580 has a 4-liter twin-turbo V8, which produces 496 horsepower and 516 pound-feet. Now, Mercedes makes this V8 in a variety of different states of tune. This is one of the lowest ones, so it really focuses more on the low-end torque and less on the top-end power and the reviness and responsiveness. It's a really appropriate engine for a car like this. Basically, endless reserves of torque and a very smooth power delivery. This V8 is paired to Mercedes' in-house 9G Tronic transmission. This is a 9-speed traditional torque converter automatic, which is also the appropriate choice for a car like this. The gearbox is smooth enough to provide a very comfortable ride for the passengers, but also responsive enough to deliver the requested gear quickly without frustrating the driver. Despite the muted exhaust, the Mercedes V8 has a really nice engine note. Put it in sport mode and you'll definitely hear it a bit more. But keep it in comfort mode and your passengers won't have any idea what's under the hood. The steering is very light. It's easy to turn the wheel, and the gas and brake are relaxed in their calibration. This makes it easier to deliver a smoother ride to your passengers. Now, this is really how the S-Class is meant to be enjoyed, from the comfort of the rear seat. One of the ways that you can tell the S-Class has been designed from the onset for rear passenger comfort is just the shape of the vehicle itself. Being a long wheelbase car means that the rear wheels are still a good bit behind where I'm actually sitting in the rear seat. And what that means is I'm not experiencing every little bump that the rear wheels are going over. Similar to the driver, everybody is in the middle of the four-wheel positioning of the cars. Another really strong point for the S-Class is it does have an exceptional sound system. This one is equipped with the Burmester high-end surround system, which has 31 speakers placed throughout the cabin. So every seat is a good seat when you're listening to music in the S-Class. Now, the driver is not the only one who gets to have all the fun with the cool features of the car. Back here, we still have massaging seats. Not quite as many massage programs as the front, but we have massaging seats. The rear right passenger seat, which I'm currently using, has the most adjustability in terms of the seat position. And my favorite part of this is we do have a button here which will fully recline the seat. What that'll do is send the passenger seat in front all the way forward, which gives me, as the rear occupant, the most space possible. Now in the fully reclined position, I can extend my legs fully, and I can rest them up on the footrest in front of me. So this is really absolute relaxation in the back of the S-Class. One of the greatest strong points of the S-Class is its NVH. NVH stands for noise, vibration, and harshness, and it's something that countless engineers work tirelessly to improve in a car like this. What that means is lots of sound deadening material is placed inside the car to make sure that the outside environment doesn't impact the experience that we're having in here. Typically, the major sources of NVH come from wind, road noise, and the vehicle powertrain itself. And Mercedes has done an excellent job in all of these aspects, negating road noise with a foam-filled tire. They've minimized wind noise by having one of the most aerodynamic cars on the market. With a drag coefficient of only 0.22, the S-Class is in the absolute upper echelon in terms of aerodynamics. And in terms of the powertrain, using completely isolated mounts, they managed to make it so that almost no vibration is transferred from the engine into the cabin. As a complete package, the S-Class delivers something truly unique. A rolling showcase for the latest technology combined with exceptional craftsmanship and class-leading comfort. All of this comes at a price, of course. The S-Class is one of the most singularly focused vehicles on the market, and if you're willing to pay the price, Mercedes absolutely delivers on the mission. If isolation and comfort is what you're looking for in a car, you absolutely can't go wrong with the Mercedes S-Class.